this? No, a little lower. That was fine. Okay. If you're watching this on the replay, that means that this live stream was a lot of fun. But it'll probably take a couple minutes for people to show up because it's a surprise live. So just hang in there and wait. I would not post this on replay if it was a stinker. So just hang out for a bit and wait for more people to arrive. I mostly was just curious because the last time I went live, my chat screen that's over here on my screen was not working at all. So I was like, have they fixed that yet? And apparently they have. Make sure it's on live chat so I can see every single chat that comes in. I'm whispering it tonight because my whole family's asleep. It is 2 in the morning. It's very quiet. It's snowing right now, so it's like super quiet everywhere, but I'm wide awake. So I thought I'd spend some time with you guys because yeah, I wasn't planning on filming tonight. I'm just working on stuff. And yeah, I'm like wide awake. So I'm like, I may as well just go live, see if anyone's around. I know it's very, very, very early here in the United States, and internationally it's Saturday morning, so I don't know if there's a lot of people sitting on their phones or on YouTube, on their computers or whatever they watch YouTube on, since it's Saturday morning. But I figured, let's see who's here. So if anyone wants to hang out, just drop a hello in the chat. I figured if we get a crowd, we could play some geography quiz games. But we need like more than like 8 people, I want to say, for that, like active chatting people. So if you're interested in that, you can do that as well. Oh my gosh, the heater's on. I'm sorry if you can hear that. I don't know if it picks up on my microphone or not. But yeah, I'm gonna leave the heat on because it's snowing outside. And I'm not gonna let my family freeze in their sleep. So my bad if you hear that. Anyway, I am all set to film a video about Azerbaijan. It'll be out on Tuesday. Monday's video is already in the can. I just have to finish editing it and post it for my channel members to watch early. But Tuesday's video is about Azerbaijan. And my new thing on my channel, since we do a map portion and then a Google Earth portion, if there's like nothing to show for the Google Earth portion, I do like 5-ish minutes of sounds that relate to that place in the world. And Azerbaijan, yet again, is like that. So since Azerbaijan is the land of fire, I'm gonna do some candles. Let me grab them over here. I've got some matches. I'm not gonna light any now because I don't want to waste them because I only have like 15 in here. I don't want to waste any matches. But I've got matches to do. I love that matches sound. I'll be doing that in the video. And then here's the 2 candles I picked out. I thought I'd do a wood wick since it makes those nice crackly, crackly, crackly sounds, right? So I picked this candle. It's toasted sandalwood. Hey, Veer. Hello, Veer. I have a couple of wood wick candles. I figured this one's the most Azeri. It's so strong. It is so heavy, masculine, strong smell. But I figured it'll be good. Toasted sandalwood. Oh gosh. I got it for, these candles run anywhere from like $20 to $25, right? I got this one at Ross for $7.99. Is it gonna focus? Not really. It's $7.99. Yes. And yet the smell is not the most amazing, but it's still nice. Very strong, very musky, masculine smell. Toasted sandalwood. And then I need to trim the wick on this one. Just a regular, normal candle. Let me just, there we go, get the wick. Let me dump out all this ash. There's a paper towel right here. Here we go. This is just a sample candle, and it's lilac blossoms. I figured just to have a normal glass candle to tap on, tap on, tap on, tap, 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 tap. I don't have my nails on, so I can't really tap. But this one smells so good, but it's really faint because it's so small. But I got this for $1, so it's just a sample candle. $1. So I'll do that and play with tapping and the fire sounds with a regular candle, regular wick. So that's my plan for the next video. I'll film that tomorrow night. Meanwhile, how is everyone doing? Like I said earlier, if we get enough people here, we'll play some geography games and such. But yeah, I don't know how many people are going to join on a Saturday morning, right? Very early Saturday morning here in the US. So yeah, we'll see. I'll give it a couple more minutes, see if anyone wants to hang out. I don't know, I was kind of bored. I've been watching Oscar movies because what I love more than geography is film and cinema. I love the Oscars in particular. It's my favorite day of the year is Oscar night. So I've been watching Oscar films. I watched Anora tonight. I really, really enjoyed it. It's one of those movies that you have no idea where you're going and how it's going to end. It just takes you on a ride. And Mikey Madison in it was amazing. She nailed it. She was incredible. Really enjoyed that movie. So far, I've only seen I want to say 5 Oscar movies so far, but so far my favorite one is Wicked. It's just top to bottom. A beautiful, amazing film, and I can't wait for part 2. But yeah. Next on my list is The Substance, which I'm really excited to see. My brother-in-law's been trying to watch most of the movies with me, but he's not a horror guy. He does not. The only horror movie he likes is Evil Dead, which, yeah, obviously it's a masterpiece. So I'm gonna watch that on my own. I watched Doom Part 2, which my hot take is that I did not really enjoy Doom Part 1 at all. I thought it was so slow and so dull and just over explaining everything. And then right when it got good, the movie stopped. So I was like, oh. So I guess I gotta wait for part 2. So now I've seen part 2, and it was the same, just very slow pacing, over explaining everything, just hammering in these plot points over and over and over again. It's we get it. And then the big battle scene at the end just felt I don't think it was, but it felt it was maybe 5 minutes long. It was over so fast, and it just abruptly ended. Man, a lot of Oscar movies this year just stop. They don't end. There's no conclusion. The end. They just stop in the middle of a scene. Why do they do that? I don't like that. I like conclusions, especially if it's the end of a series. Wicked is different because that's part 1, right? But yeah, I'm not a fan of Little Hearts. Thank you. I'm not a fan of movies just stopping unless it's a really good artistic choice, if it makes sense for the movie. But I also watched Conclave, and I really enjoyed Conclave. But that movie also just stopped in the middle of a scene, and I'm oh, that's it. Same with Anora too. So many. I'm just oh, hey, Caro. Finally, life that's not past my bedtime. Welcome. Right now, I'm just rambling about movies. Yeah, Mr. Choncho's a cinematic edging. Pretty much, right? This scene is happening, and then it just stops, and then the credits roll, and you're wait, it stopped. It didn't end. It stopped, right? What the heck? It was definitely a choice in Conclave. It was definitely a choice in Anora. But, I think Doom Part 2 just, well, I guess that's the end. I don't think that was a very good ending, especially since I'm somewhat familiar with the Dune books, and I know the next book is about the next generation. So it's we didn't finish this generation story, and it's going to be about the main character's kid in the next movie if they're following the books. So it's like, at least wrap up the loose ends, you know. We can't fill in all the blanks, but yeah, I'm excited to watch The Substance. That's what I'd be doing right now if I wasn't here. If enough people don't like come play with me on here, I'm probably gonna go watch The Substance late at night while everyone's sleeping. So I hope I don't like scream or anything. I hope not. Anyway, let's see what else. I'm trying to look around for some things to show you on my desk, but I just cleaned it, so there's not a lot. Hi, Skinny Legend. How are you? Skinny Legend, what did you think of Lisa's new song? For me, Lisa from Blackpink, by the way, whenever she puts out a new song, I hate it. And then it takes me like 3 or 4 weeks until I'm obsessed with it. So right now I'm like, oh, I didn't really like it, but I'll be obsessed in a month. I think this week, because I'm doing a video on, same, I'm glad I'm not alone. I'm doing a video about Angola this week. And I looked around on Google Earth and there really wasn't like a lot of slideshows, so I'm probably going to whip out Topple, the ASMR elephant. We can have some Topple sounds real quick. Let me move my pop screen so I can get in there. Right, I actually really like Doja Cat in that song. And I'm not that big on Doja, like she's great, but nothing will ever beat Bitch I'm a Cow. That's her masterpiece. And I just spent the last 2 days watching the Sims 4 live stream because I'm a big Sims nerd. And Doja Cat was on it and she was hilarious. Alright. We kind of have a crowd if you guys want to play some games. Let me move this back so you can hear me a little clearer. Hello. Let's see. Me when people tell me matcha tastes like grass. I agree. I like matcha. Not constantly, but it's fine. It's not bad. It's fine. Let's see. So I figure we'll go on Britannica's website, which is basically like British Wikipedia. And it has a bunch of games on here, games and quizzes. All right. This is good. This first one that popped up is called, I wonder if I can show you on my tablet. Ideally, I'd whip out the, what is it, OMS? What is it called? House Jet. He's great. He's a happy cat. He's passed out on his cat tree outside in the living room right now. But he's happy. He is very indifferent about the snow right now. We built him a little catio that he wants to go out on, but it's all covered in snow, so he just goes in and out. So this says, goodness, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get it in frame. The dating game, which came first? Which came first? We're going to turn off the timer because we're all going to play together. All right, Chad. Which came first? Mickey Mouse or Bugs Bunny? Oh, I know the answer to this. That's easy. Mickey Mouse or Bugs Bunny? Which came first? Mickey Mouse or Bugs Bunny? Veer says Mickey. Does anyone want a second? Mickey Mouse. Which came first? Mickey Mouse or Bugs Bunny? I'm going to vote for whatever you guys pick, even though if I know the right answer and you guys pick the wrong one, I'm going to pick the wrong one for you guys. So we're going with Mickey Mouse. And correct. It says a busy debut year for Disney's famous rodent. Mickey Mouse appeared in 3 shorts in 1928. Plain Crazy, Gallopin' Gaucho, and Steamboat Willie. says first appearance in 1940s, A Wild Hare. It's Mickey Mouse. All right. Which came first? Which came first? The airplane or the light bulb? The airplane or the light bulb? Okay, Fear says light bulb. Caro says light bulb. Anyone else want to vote airplane or go along with the consensus that it's light bulb? Anybody else? Anybody else? I think I know the answer. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. All right, Bleach says light, so let's vote light bulb, and we are correct. Mr. Johnso says bulb. It says Thomas Edison patented the light bulb in 1879, improving the electrical light innovations dating back even further. The Wright brothers flew the first plane in 1903. Yeah, I knew. The Wright brothers was 1903, and I'm like, Edison was like the 1800s. And note that it said Edison patented the light bulb. He did not invent the light bulb. Constant buzzing. Are you hearing buzzing? I hope not. I hope not. I don't hear anything, so I can't fix that on my end. All right, which... Oh, I like electricity, true. I don't think I know. Actually, I think I know the answer to this. Which came first, Minecraft or Fortnite? Minecraft or Fortnite? Which came first? I think I know. I think. Okay, Carl says Minecraft. Minecraft. The Minecraft movie looks like the hottest garbage, but it is meant for like 7-year-olds, so it's not for me. Stu says Minecraft. One more vote for Minecraft, or does anyone want to vote for Fortnite? Vera has no idea. Vera does not know. All right. I'm going to put that in for Minecraft, and we are correct. It says gamers have been digging Minecraft since its official release in 2011, with playable alpha and beta builds dating back to 2010. Well, Fortnite's battle bus has been flying since 2017. Yeah, I remember that Minecraft came out like ages ago and it was hot for a minute, and then no one played it, and then the pandemic happened, and then everybody got back into Minecraft. All right. Yeah, I know this one. Which came first, Pablo Picasso or Vincent van Gogh? I'm an art nerd, so I'm 99% sure I know the answer to this. Which came first, Pablo Picasso or Vincent van Gogh? Carl says Vincent van Gogh. Veer says Vincent. Anyone else want to vote for Vincent or go against the majority and vote for Pablo Picasso? Anyone? Pablo Picasso or Vincent van Gogh? All right, let's vote for Vincent. And we're correct. Yes, Stu says Vincent. Vincent van Gogh was born in 1853, and his artistic career started in 1880 and lasted only about 10 years. Pablo Picasso was born in 1881 and lived until 1973. I said this in my art history video in December, how I have two friends that do not know each other. They're from two completely different worlds. One's an old coworker, one's one of my best friends from, not from that job. One of them last year just got a cat named Pablo, and the other just got a cat named Picasso. Like in the same week, and they do not know each other. So funny. Ancient history. No. Pablo was around throughout the 20th century. All right. Ooh, I don't know the answer to this one. I do not. I have a guess, but I do not know. Which came first, Clue or Monopoly? By the way, in America we say Clue, and in parts of Europe I know they say Cluedo. So it's either Cluedo where you live, but here we just call it Clue. Which came first, Clue or Monopoly? Fear says Clue. Garo says Cluedo. Stu says Monopoly. Does anyone else want to go for Monopoly? Or does anyone else want to back Clue? Which came first, Clue or Monopoly? Pretty sure Monopoly is Monopoly everywhere around the world. I've never heard a different name for it. Monopoly is a dumb game. Monopoly is fun for like the first 20 minutes when you're buying everything, and then it becomes sharply not fun. Like, it's like fun, not fun. It's horrible. It's Monopoly in Finnish. All right. I am pretty sure it's Monopoly, but majority vote says Clue. It was Monopoly. Good job, Stu. It was Monopoly. It says the toy and game company Parker Brothers began marketing the modern version of Monopoly in 1935. Older versions of the game, like Lizzie G. Magie's Landlord's Game, date back to 1904. Clue was first published in England under the name Cluedo, and it's still called there, in 1949. So Monopoly's, it's awfully close. Monopoly's from 1935. Clue is from 1949. Very close, isn't it? Good guess, chat, but it was Monopoly. Clue the movie is a masterpiece. Oh my gosh. I hope they never remake it because it is a 10 out of 10 film. Oh my gosh. Madeline Kahn in that film. Tim Curry in that film. Amazing. All right. Which came first? The Super Bowl or the World Series? Super Bowl is American football and the World Series is baseball. Which came first? The Super Bowl is this Sunday. Veer says World Series. Caro says World Series. Even though there's only 2 countries that participate, yeah, not really a World Series. It's just the US and Canada. But I suppose MLB nowadays has players from all over the world. You've got the Caribbean, Central America, Japan, like all over. So Stu has no clue. And Veer says they have Finnish baseball in Finland. That's interesting. All right, yes, I am like 98% sure it's the World Series because the Super Bowl is this Sunday. Kendrick's gonna be performing. I think it's like the 54th, 58th Super Bowl, and surely there's more World Series than that. And we are correct. It says the first World Series was played in 1903, more than half a century prior to the first Super Bowl, which was called the AFL-NFL Championship Game, which was played in 1967. So yeah, the World Series by far is much older than the Super Bowl. What's next? Ooh, which came first? Superman or Spider-Man? I think I know. If my brother-in-law were awake, he would definitely know. Carl says Superman. Which is older, Superman or Spider-Man? Superman or Men in Tights is quick. Like the film, like the Robin Hood film. It's fine. Stu says Superman 100%. I'm pretty sure it is too. Let's vote for Superman. And we are correct. It says, the Man of Tomorrow first flew, or rather leapt. In early appearances, Superman could not fly, just jump really far. He first flew off comic book shelves in 1938. Spider-Man would not get into the swing of things until 1962. That makes sense. Yeah, I knew Superman was super old. Super old. Almost 100 years. We're almost on Superman 100 years. Alright, which came first? The Rubik's Cube or the Magic 8-Ball? Batman is embarrassing. I talked about Batman in my Batman turkey video, right? I'm pretty sure. Veer says the Rubik's Cube. I know when the Rubik's Cube was made. Sorry for the glitchy camera there. I know when the Rubik's Cube was made. I do not know when the Magic 8-Ball was made, like at all. And it is Hungarian, yes. Rubik is the last name of the guy who invented it. Stu says the 8-ball. Does anyone want to break the tie? Because I actually don't know. Which is older, the Rubik's Cube or the magic 8-ball? Magic 8-ball, magic 8-ball. I had a magic 8-ball as a kid, and it took me a while to figure out how it worked. And when I did, I was like, well, it's just like a die in liquid. That's lame. All right, Carl says 8-ball, so I'm going to vote for the 8-ball. And we are correct. Without a doubt, the magic 8-ball was released as a paperweight in 1946. Wow. Hungarian designer Erno Rubik put his first cube together in 1974, and it made it to store shelves around the world in 1980. Wow, 1946. Yeah, the cube is definitely not from the 19th century. It was made in the 1970s. Wow, the magic 8-ball was invented as a paperweight. That's funny. Oh, this is easy. Which came first, the Hindenburg disaster or the Titanic sinking? Which disaster came first, the Hindenburg or the Titanic? Carl says Titanic. The party's slowly growing, and Fear says Titanic, of course. Who wants to put the Titanic date in the chat? Yes, Stu says Titanic. We all know it's the Titanic. The Titanic sank in 1912, while the 804 while the 804-foot-long airship Hindenburg caught fire and was destroyed in 1937. Yep. Moving along. Oh, I know this one. My two special interests back to back. Which came first, the Oscars or the Emmys? The Oscars or the Emmys? Yeah, like nobody better put the Hindenburg or I'll be like, what are you talking about? Carl says the Oscars. Carl says the Oscars. Anyone want to verify or maybe guess? Emmys. Which came first, the Oscars or the Emmys? Any other guesses? I know the answer. The Oscars are... I'm obsessed with the Oscars. Like if I had to pick study geography for the rest of your life or watch the Oscars, I would pick the Oscars. That's how much. And the answer is the Oscars. The first Academy Awards ceremony, commonly called the Oscars, was held in 1929. The first Emmy Award was given out in 1949. I didn't know the Emmys were that old, 1949. But yeah, this is going to be the 97th Oscars. Why is it called the Oscars? I think the rumored story, and it has turned out to be somewhat accurate, is that a person who worked on the awards saw the little guy and said, that looks like my Uncle Oscar. So everyone backstage started calling them Oscars, and then it just kind of leaked out, and everyone calls it Oscars. I read this great book about the Oscars last year that dove into the history of like why it's a little man, like what it's modeled after and everything, but I can't remember at the moment. But yeah, it is the Academy Awards of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences, and I cannot wait. Oh, this is easy. Oh, okay, nobody better get this one wrong. Which came first, the Great Pyramid of Giza in Egypt or the Colosseum in Rome? Which is older, the Great Pyramid of Giza or the Colosseum in Rome? Veer says Giza, Caro says pyramids. No pressure, yeah. That one's obviously the Great Pyramid of Giza, like one of the oldest still standing structures in the world. The Great Pyramid of Giza was completed about 2560 BCE. The Colosseum was built about 2.5 millennia later, in about 70 CE. Yes, it is ancient. Oh, this is also very easy. This is is another special interest of mine. Which came first, Star Trek or Star Wars? Star Trek or Star Wars? My mom was a huge fan of both, but I've always been a Star Wars girly. But I do love some Next Generation Star Trek and classic Star Trek. Let's see, Veer, Cara, and Stu say Trek, and that is correct. Star Trek first appeared as a television series on CBS in 1966. The first Star Wars film hit the big screen in 1977. Yeah, Star Trek is very much earlier than Star Wars. Love Star Trek. When does the famous question come? Which came first, the chicken or the egg? I don't think it's going to get philosophical here. I think it's going to stay factual. Yeah, we love Star Trek. I don't really like Deep Space Nine. And I feel like there's like a Deep Space Nine resurgence online. And everyone's like, actually, it's great. I feel like I need to rewatch it because I remember just like, I hated Deep Space Nine. But anyway, yeah, we love Spock. Leonard Nimoy's my grandpa. Next Generation is great. Next Generation is wonderful. Alright, which came first, Bach or Beethoven? I think I know the answer to this. Which came first, Bach or Beethoven? Versus Beethoven with a question mark. Does anyone want to second that or vote for Bach? Alright, we've got a tie. Veer votes for Beethoven, Stu votes for Bach. Does anyone want to break the tie? If not, I'm going to go with the one I think it is, because I think I know the answer. Okay. Veer changed their vote for Bach, but now Cara has voted for Beethoven. Uh-oh. Veer Googled the answer. Cara says they don't know. Alright, I'm voting for Bach, and it is correct. Yeah, sorry. Oh no. Sorry, Caro and Veer. I guess you all guessed, huh? Did Stu actually know? I had a very good idea and I was correct. Johann Sebastian Bach lived from 1685 to 1750, meaning he had been dead for 20 years when Ludwig von Beethoven was born in 1770. Did you guys know that Beethoven was black? He's been whitewashed throughout history. Did you guys know that? Yeah. I think he was half black or something, but yeah, all the pictures of him are like lily white, but he was not. He was a man of color. It's like lost history. It's true. Which came first? The computer mouse or email? I'm pretty sure I know the answer because I was around when both of these were invented. Veer says email, Caro says mouse. I remember using one of these before the other as a child. So I'm like pretty sure Stu says mouse. Is anyone else? I think you guys are the only three playing right now, but if anyone else wants to join, I know there's more people watching. If anyone else wants to hop in, but it looks like the consensus is mouse, and that is correct. How are you supposed to send emails without a mouse? Well, everything back then was analog. It's crazy. Anyway, it says, let's learn about the history of the computer mouse. Carved from a block of wood and featuring just one button. I remember that. The first prototype mouse, then called by the less catchy name XY position indicator for a display system, was created in 1964. The first email was sent in 1971. Wow. I thought emails would be like late 80s, but no, we would be in our computer lab class in the 1990s with our big Mac computers. Not Big Mac, but Mac computers that were very big, with a mouse that was like a rectangle and it had one big button on it. And it had a roller ball. It had a little roller ball. And then the fun thing we would do is we'd learn how to pop it out and we'd play with the ball inside. the domestication of dogs or the domestication of horses. I read a great archaeological paper like a few weeks ago about domestication of horses and how most likely, because it happened out in the steppe like Ukraine, maybe Kazakhstan, like around that area in the steppe, maybe probably Ukraine, and that most likely it occurred because some teenage boys dared each other to do it. And then one of them did, and they were like, what? You can ride that thing. And then it became like a bragging thing. It became like a hot trend. And then it caught on. Like, most likely it started between teenage boys. Or like very young boys. Like 10 to 15-year-old. Alright. Fear says dogs. Stu says dogs. And Garo says dogs. And that is correct. It's very much dogs. Humans domesticated dogs about 15,000 years ago, much earlier than horses, which were tamed about 6,000 years ago. Okay, so there's no debate. But I think it's that the first domesticated animal was dogs, but the first where is this coming from? It's like I'm possessed. The first domesticated working animal was the horse. I think that's how it goes. The first animal was dogs. The first working animal was a horse. I'm pretty sure. Which came first? The state of Arizona or the state of California? Which state came first? I know the answer. Because I lived in one of those states and I visited this state last year and did a whole video on it, so I know when it became a state. I know the answer. Do you guys know the answer? The spirit of the first domesticated dogs. Woof, woof, woof. Veer says, is it California? Actually, Veer said, is it California? Stu says California. Does anyone else want to agree with Veer and Stu, or does anyone think that it's actually Arizona? Carlos is California, and you guys are correct. It's very much California. Its path to statehood hastened California. The path to statehood hastened by the Gold Rush. California was admitted to the United States in 1850. Arizona was the last. Oh, Stu did say California. Arizona was the last of the lower 48 states joining the Union in 1912. Because I got to stand in the room where they decided to split from New Mexico and become their own state, Arizona, in 1912. So yeah, it's very much California. Arizona was the 48th state. Which came first, Sesame Street or Saturday Night Live? I think I know. The U.S. should just become Mexico. Oh, like, the U.S. is like way bigger than Mexico. Veer says Sesame Street. I have a friend, she doesn't work there anymore, but she worked on Sesame Street. I was very jealous. My gosh, what is this rasp? She used to work on Sesame Street as a librarian. Now she's a librarian at a regular library in New York. But she started off her librarian career at the Sesame Street Library, and that's like goals. It's amazing. So Veer, Stu, and Carl all said Sesame Street, and you are all correct. Young audiences have been making their way to Sesame Street since 1969. Hi, Titan. NBC's Saturday Night debuted in 1975. The name Saturday Night Live was adopted after Howard Cosell's ABC variety show of the same name ended. Wow. I'm sorry, children's show characters creep you out, Veer. I think Sesame Street is wonderful. But yeah, Saturday Night Live is on their 50th season right now. Alright. Oh, this is... Alright, I know this one. Who's going to get this one? Which came first? The Suez Canal or the Panama Canal? Which was built first, the Suez Canal or the Panama Canal? Titan says Suez. Fear says Suez. Oh, I should have grabbed my water. It's in the other room. I have no liquid in here. Stu says Suez, so I'm going to vote Suez, and you are very much correct. The Suez Canal was completed in 1869, while the Panama Canal opened about 45 years later in 1940. Good job, chat. Good job, Caro. Which came first, Pac-Man or Mario? Pac-Man or Mario? Yeah, I'm like 95% sure I know the answer. Fear says Pac-Man. Caro says Pac-Man. Titan says Pac-Man. Stu. Titan says Mario was 1981. Stu says Pac-Man. And you are correct. It says Pac-Man began gobbling up arcade goers' quarters in 1980. In 1981, like Titan says, the Donkey Kong arcade cabinet introduced gamers to an overall-wearing mustachioed hero, then called Jumpman, later renamed Mario. I didn't know they were only a year apart. Gosh, I would have thought Pac-Man was from the early 70s. He's from 1980. A true Italian man. That's for sure. Oh, come on. Okay. This one's very easy if you know your history. Titan has to go. Thanks for joining us, Titan, for that brief little bit. Thanks so much. Who came first, Alexander the Great or Julius Caesar? Alexander the Great or Julius Caesar? Flight simming again, how fun. Carl says Alexander, Veer says Julius. I'll just let you guys know that there's like a 300-something year difference between these men. Stu says Julius. Anyone else? Julius was having a midlife crisis under Alexander's statue. Was he? Was he? Or was it the other way around? Veer says, oh dear. All right, anyone else want to vote? Is it Alexander the Great or Julius Caesar? Which came first? Yeah. Well, I gotta go with majority chat, who said Julius Caesar, and that is wrong. Alexander the Great was born in 356 BCE. Julius Caesar was born around 100 BCE. Veer's not into ancient Rome, yeah. Yeah, Alexander lived in the 300s BCE, and Julius lived in the, less than 100s BCE. Ooh. Oh, gosh. That's okay, Titan. That's okay. I don't want to distract you from your flights. Yeah, he died in 44 BCE. Which came first, the Toyota Prius or the Apple iPhone? I think I know. I feel like these came out within 5 years of each other. Titan says Prius. I used to babysit this little kid. Well, I babysat all his siblings. Stu says iPhone, Carl says Apple. So he was little still, but his siblings were somewhat older, so I would drive around his siblings to all their activities, and he would sit in his car seat because he was little, tagging along with me. So I'm like, let me teach you all the cars. So I taught him to memorize all of the car logos on all the cars, and had to translate license plates because all the numbers on California license plates mean something. And just taught him about cars, and he got really into it, except he could not say Prius. He kept saying Prius. And we'd be like, no, it's us, Prius. So cute. And then I made fun of that later at his bar mitzvah. I brought it up in my little bar mitzvah speech for him, and he was like, I do not remember that. He's like, I remember learning the cars, but I don't remember mispronouncing Prius. It's so funny. Prius is a better name. It's not bad. All right, it looks like the consensus is, unfortunately for Titan, it looks like it is. Okay, hold on, wait. No, because Fear says Prius. It's 2-2. 2-2. Titan and Fear say Prius. Stu and crash test from 2006 with Priuses. But does that mean that it was released in 2006? I actually don't know. All right, I'm going to break the tie because I think it's iPhones. It is, Titan was right. It's the Prius. The first mass-produced hybrid vehicle, Toyota's Prius, was released worldwide in 2000. Holy moly. And the iPhone's from 2007. I did not realize it was that old. 2000. I thought Breezes were from like 2005, 2006. My goodness. How interesting. Well, good job, Titan. Good job, Titan, for knowing that. Titan says, I'm into cars just a bit. I feel like it's more than just a bit, Titan. Oh, interesting. Which came first? Major League Baseball desegregation or U.S. military desegregation? Desegregation meaning that during segregation, black people and white people could not be together. But desegregation means they could. So which came first, the desegregation of baseball or desegregation of the U.S. military? Caro says baseball, Titan says baseball. Fear says ball. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Jackie Robinson was the 1960s. Stu says military. Well, Stu, I have to vote baseball because it's majority vote, and I think that's the answer. And it is correct. Sorry, Stu. Jackie Robinson joined the Los Angeles Dodgers in 1947. 47. Oh, that's way earlier than I thought. Breaking Major League Baseball's color barrier. The following year, President Harry Truman issued an executive order banning segregation in the U.S. Armed Forces. Wow, so that was 1948 was military and 47 was baseball. Oh my gosh. I thought the military would be like 1970, to be honest. My goodness, so interesting. All right, we scored 19 out of 22. Good job, chat. Good job, chat. All right. That's true. Native Americans can vote until 1948. All right, so. Can we do a movie quiz? The first passenger jet didn't come out until 1949. Wow. Yeah, because I know like air travel picked up in the 1950s, so that makes sense. All right. I guess there's not a lot of people here to have to do a poll. So we have bird trivia. Name that animal. Match the baby animal to its mama. 19. Are you smarter than a 1912 middle schooler? Best picture movie quiz. I'll give you those options. So it's bird trivia. Name that animal. Match the baby animal to its mom. Are you smarter than a 1912 middle schooler? Or best picture. Oh, it's movie quote quiz. Ooh, even better. Whichever. Who gets it first gets it. Whoever wants it first. Which quiz should we do next? Birds, says Stu. Birds it is. Birds it is. Ultimate bird trivia. And then we'll do movies because Fear picked movies. If it pops up again. All right. This is 14 questions. Fear knows nothing about birds. Well, let's have some good guesses. It says, with several varieties weighing less than a coin, what bird is the smallest in the world? Is it a finch, a sparrow, a hummingbird, or a kingfisher? What is the smallest bird? Titan says hummingbird, Fear says hummingbird, Caro says hummingbirds, and it is hummingbirds. It says the rufous and broad-tailed hummingbirds weigh less than a nickel, which is a very small coin here. The bee hummingbird of Cuba weighs less than a dime, which is even smaller, and is often mistaken for its namesake insect. Wow. Question 2. The American white variety of what bird can hold 3 gallons of water in its bill? Is It's definitely the pelican. This is an easy quiz. Pelicans usually don't store food in their bills. While hunting for fish, they dump the water and quickly swallow their prey. Their bills have a larger capacity than their bellies. Wow, that's interesting. Which flightless bird has been known to kill humans? The dodo, the penguin, the kiwi, or the cassowary? There's a Finnish hockey team called Pelicans. Good name. Emu is unfortunately not an option because that should be there, right? So Caro says cassowary. Veer says cassowary. But yeah, cassowary for sure. The cassowary has been known to kill humans with slashing blows of its feet. The innermost of its 3 toes bears a long dagger-like nail. The cassowary is a large flightless bird of Australia, New Guinea, and nearby islands. Alright, listen carefully because it's which of these is not. Yeah, we don't like to think about elephant birds. We're kind of glad they're all dead. Which of these is not a reason why woodpeckers peck wood? To find insects to eat, to mark territory, to chisel holes for nesting, or to scare predators. Which one is wrong? Why do woodpeckers not peck wood? To find insects to eat, to mark territory, to chisel holes for nesting, or to scare predators? Carl says scare predators. What else? What do we think, Chad? Stu has the final say because Stu is our bird expert. Yeah, Veer says scare predators as well. And Stu says scare preds. And that is correct. It says the woodpecker is any of about 180 species of birds that are noted for probing for insects in tree bark and for chiseling nest holes in dead wood. In spring, the loud calls of woodpeckers, often augmented by drumming on hollow wood or occasionally on metal, are the sounds of males holding territories. During other seasons, woodpeckers are usually silent. Woodpecker in Finnish is tika. That's fun. The first airline to ban smoking was in 1977. I could believe that. Tika also means dart. I like that. All right. Which bird has a beard, wattle, and snood? Is it a duck, eagle, pigeon, or turkey? Which one has a beard, wattle, and snood? I know this one. I'm very familiar with this bird. Duck, eagle, pigeon, or turkey? Oh, peel in Swedish is woodpecker, I guess. That's interesting. Carl says turkeys. Stu says turkeys. Right, I'm gonna go for it because that is correct. It is turkeys. The turkey is a native game bird to North America. The fold of flesh that grows from a turkey's throat is called a wattle. They are ugly. The long, fleshy ornament that grows from its forehead and hangs over its bill is called a snood. The long tuft of hair that projects from its breast is called a beard. Yeah, the best thing about turkeys is that when they're in groups, they all gobble, gobble, gobble at the same time. They don't kind of individually pop. When they're in a group, they're dead silent and then they're so funny. Which of these birds can also be called a pigeon, a crow, a pheasant, a dove, or a bulbul? I don't know what that is. A crow, pheasant, dove, or bulbul. Which one can also be called a pigeon? And good job, Jet. It is a dove. Titan, Veer, and Caro say dove, and that is correct. The dove is any of certain birds of the pigeon family. Pigeon family Columbidae. The names pigeon and dove are often used interchangeably. Dove usually refers to the smaller, long-tailed members of the pigeon family. There are exceptions. The domestic pigeon, a rather typical pigeon, is frequently called a rock dove, and is the bird portrayed as and called the dove of peace. The dove of peace is a rock dove. I didn't know that. That was just a dove. Pigeons are cute. Um, roughly the size of a chicken, which bird lays the largest egg relative to its size? Is it the ostrich, oriole, albatross, or kiwi? Which bird lays the largest egg relative to its size? Hello, Evil Ryu. Welcome. Everyone says kiwi, and that is correct. The ostrich lays the largest egg of any bird, but its egg is only about 2% of the mother's weight. A kiwi egg is roughly 20% of the mother's weight. My goodness. Imagine. Wait, oh, Stu knows because they're from New Zealand. Perfect. Imagine, like, producing something out of your body that's 20% of your body weight. What? That's crazy. Why would nature do that? That's a great question. All right. What bird was used by ancient Egyptians for the hieroglyphic for red? Was it the flamingo, peacock, osprey, or raven? Which one was used as the Egyptian hieroglyph for red? Maybe kiwis used to be bigger. I don't know. Was it the flamingo, peacock, osprey, or raven? Which one was the Egyptian hieroglyph for red? There's this flamingo with a question mark. Stu says flamingo. I guess that would be my guess. That makes the most sense. They're the reddest one, right? I'm going to say flamingo. And that's correct. A flamingo's bright red color comes from eating foods rich in carotenoid pigments, which can be found in foods like carrots. Cool. So to say the word red, they would draw a flamingo. That's pretty cool. Oh, that's easy. Which of these birds is able to turn its head 270 degrees? The hummingbird, the cardinal, the parrot, or the owl? Which is it? Which bird can turn their head 270 degrees? Mordecai is a blue jay. That's true. All right, everyone says owl, and that has to be it. Yes, it is the owl, or that's in Finnish. Along with some other bird species like the red-tailed hawk, owls are able to spin their head 3/4 of the way around their neck. There it is in Finnish and Swedish. All the translations. This is useful since owl eyes are in a fixed position and cannot move like human eyes can. So instead, owls have adapted to move their entire head. Wow. That makes sense. All right, 4 more questions about birds. Which bird has stomach acid more potent than the acid found in car batteries? The great blue heron, the turkey vulture, the bald eagle, or the chicken? Which bird has the most powerful stomach acid? Hold on, I've got my electric blanket in my lap and it's getting really hot. I'm going to turn it off. Here says vulture. Caro says vulture. Let me turn this. I gotta hit it with my foot. Did I get it? Okay, come here. Okay. It's off. Okay. Making sure before I take it off. Yeah, I would guess turkey vulture since they eat the dead, and that is true. Good job. Useful for digesting rotten carcasses, the stomach acid of a turkey vulture is 100 times more concentrated than a human's. This allows it to digest organisms that cause botulism, anthrax, rabies, cholera, hepatitis, and polio without being affected. Pretty useful. Alright. Although native to South America, which of these birds can now be found in the wilds of New York City? The gray-crowned crane, the monk parrot, the emu, or the kookaburra? Okay, 2 of these are obviously not it. Which bird can be found in the wild in New York City even though it's from South America? Veer says crane. I think I know what it is. Stu says crane. I would trust Stu. I would have thought the parrot. don't know what a monk parrot is. All right, let's say green. Oh, it was the monk parrot. Oh, I was right in your... Kidding. Sorry, chat. It was the monk parrot. Monk parrots were introduced into the U.S. as pets in the 1960s. Today, there are an estimated 550 thriving in the wild in New York City. And some biologists claim the number could be 10 times larger. Yeah, I know there's a lot of parrots in New York City. So that was what I thought. I guess cranes could be out like in the wetter parts, right? But yeah, I knew there were a bunch of wild parrots in New York City. All right. The ocelli, or eye spots, of what bird helped influence the writing of Charles Darwin? The penguin, the peacock, the quail, or the peregrine falcon? So I guess Charles Darwin studied the eye dots of this bird. What bird was it? The penguin, the peacock, the quail, or the peregrine falcon? I have a guess. What do you guys think it is? Which bird did Charles Darwin study the eyeballs of? Stu says peacock. Caro says peacock. That is not what I would have guessed. Fear says peregrine falcon. Ooh. See, now I would have guessed penguin with majority chat. Uh-oh. Can you guys hear me? Okay. Am I here? Can you guys hear me? Test. Okay. Now, oh yeah, I got a thing saying, hold on, reconnecting. I was like, why? Okay. So, the chat voted for peacock. Let's see. Oh, peacock is correct. Oh, good job, chat. It is the peacock. Darwin was struck by the beauty of the peacock's ocelli and hypothesized that there must be evolutionary steps between, quote, the magnificent ocelli of peacocks and the simpler ocelli of mere colored spots of other birds. What do peacock eyes look like? Hold on. Let me Google this. Peacock ocelli. Oh. It's not eye spots, it's their feathers. Oh, now it's making sense. Eye spots. I thought it was like the circle there. Now it makes sense. The more you know, right? Clever. Good job, chat. All right, 2 more questions. Because of their long legs, what bird's young is called a colt? A crane, a sparrow, a toucan, or a swan? Fear's going to bed. Good night, Fear. Have a good sleep at 1 p.m. Honestly, that's the time I've been going to bed because I've been up late working on videos for you guys. Alright, Stu says crane. Caro says crane. That would make sense, right? Their bird's young is called a colt because they got horse legs, right? Let's say crane. And we're correct. The whooping crane is North America's tallest bird, standing about 5 feet tall. Its young are called colts, like baby horses. I like that. And last bird question. Oh, this is like common knowledge, I feel like. What bird lays its eggs in other birds' nests, tricking them into caring for its young? Is it the cuckoo, the blue jay, the stork, or the duck? Yeah, cuckoo, says Cara. That is like very common knowledge, right? Unless Stu thinks we're wrong. Goodness, now I'm feeling the sleepy finally. Let's hit cuckoo. And then we'll do one more quiz, okay? Then we'll call it a night. Female cuckoos, yeah, Stu says cuckoos. Female cuckoos are so adept at mimicry, they can adapt the shade of their eggs' shells to match those of other birds in their habitat. That is crazy. They can change the color of their bird eggs. Alright, we got 13 out of 14. Good job, chat. Alright, I think... we should do a picture quiz to end it. All right. This is called Where on Earth Is That? And I have to hope that, like, where can I hold this so that you can actually see the pictures? What if I turn it this way? I think you'll be able to see the pictures. Turn off the timer. Okay. Close this ad. Can I close? I can't close the ad. Where's this? Where is this? Is it Moscow, Rome, Paris, or Madrid? I've been here. That's your hint. France. Let's see. Paris. Correct. It's the Notre Dame Cathedral. I've been here. Awesome. We had a picnic behind it on the Seine, and it was great. Where is this? Any guesses? This is pretty easy. Where is this? Where can you find this? I can tell you what city you can find it in. Stu says China. China is not one of your options. Your options are Japan, Madagascar, Haiti, or Samoa. Yeah, Carl says Japan. Correct. This is the temple at Hiroshima, in Hiroshima Bay. Alright. Too bad Fear isn't here. Where can you find this? Can you tell me what city? Because it's a city. What city can you find this? Brazil, Rio. There we go. Rio de Janeiro. It is Christ the Redeemer. Christ the Redeemer. Where can you find this? It says countries. What country can you find this? Yeah, Stu says Sydney. Sydney. It is Australia, of course. This one's fun. This one's very easy. Australia. Oh, I can make the picture bigger. Does that help? Oh, yeah. Where can you find this? Where can you find this? What city? Italy. Whoa. There's your choice. It is Venice, yes. Alright. Oh, goodness. Ta-da. Where can you find this? And it's country. Give me the country where you can find this. India, correct. It is definitely the Taj Mahal. Alright, the next one is a country. In which country can you find this? Where can you find this? In which country can you find this? Peru. Mexico. Good job, Stu. Stu gets a point for Mexico. Alright. Give me the country. Country where you can find this. This. Here's your options. If you can read them. Cambodia. Good job, Caro. That is Angkor Wat. Alright, give me another country where you can find this. Which country has this in it? It is Greece. Good job, Caro. Definitely Greece. Alright. Give me the country. Actually. No, it is city. Okay. City. Give me the city where you would find this. In which city would you find this? Don't give me the country. Give me the city. In which city would you find this? It is Dubai. Good job, Caro. It is Dubai. You can see the Burj Khalifa back there. Can you see it? That is the very famous hotel in Dubai. Alright, give me a country where you can find this. In which country can you find this? In which country can you find this place? That is Peru. Good job, Stu. That is Machu Picchu. Alright, give me the city. Capital city. Let's give you that. Capital city. swimming around. Not really, because she's on a rock. In which capital city can you find this? And Kronos, it is Copenhagen. It's the Little Mermaid statue. All right. Countries next. In which country can you find this? In which country can you find this? In which country can you find this beautiful, beautiful castle? Beautiful, beautiful castle. Which country is it? Let me know if you need hints, by the way. But Stu knows it is Germany. Yep, Carl, you're correct. That is Neuschwanstein Castle in Germany. Alright, give me the country. Give me the country where you'd find this. This incredible city carved into the rock. If you're a movie nut, you've seen this place in Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. And Caro knows it is in Jordan. Good job, Caro. It is in Jordan. Alright, give me the country. Give me the country where you'd find this. In which country can you find this mountain peak? I can't trace it. There we go. In which country can you find this mountain peak? It is not Kenya. You can see this mountain from Kenya, but it's not in Kenya. It's in Tanzania. Good job, Caro. The answer is Tanzania. Tanzania. How about in which country can you find this mountain peak? This mountain peak. Oh, it's really hard to trace backwards. In which country can you find this mountain peak? Much, much bigger than Kilimanjaro and much snowier, covered in glaciers. It is not Nepal. It's not Everest. This is not Mount Everest. It's an iconic mountain. There's a recreation of it in Disneyland, and there's a toboggan ride around it, and it's very uncomfortable. And they keep trying to change the tracks to make it more comfortable, and it never works. It's still so uncomfortable and bumpy. Bumpy, bumpy. Where can you find this mountain? IRL, not Disneyland. In which country can you find this mountain? It is the Matterhorn, correct, Caro? Do you know where it lives? In which country? I talked about it like a week ago on my channel. I was just discussing it. It's in the Alps. It is Switzerland. Good job, Caro. And A7 right behind. It is Switzerland. Oh, that's the end of A. We aced it. Good job. That was fun. It's much easier to do a picture quiz. My goodness. It was much easier doing a picture quiz. Do you guys want to do one more? I kind of want to do one more picture. Yes. Okay, let's do one more. Oh, here we go. This is name that historical event. Name that historical event. So this is pictures of great moments in history. Can you describe to me the event behind this picture? The event behind this picture. I should say, what war is being fought in this picture? This is a famous battle from which war? It was, Okay, I'm back apparently. Sorry about that. I can't control that. Independence from what, Stu? And whose Independence War was it? I mean, there's kind of a big old flag right there giving it away. You gotta tell me which country's Independence War this was. Because there's probably more I don't know. USA, there we go. It's the American Revolution. That's George Washington crossing the Delaware River in the very early morning pictures of Christmas Day. You can see all the ice in the water. They did not look this glamorous. They were shivering. All right. Which war is being fought? This is another war photo. Which war is this picture from? Which war is this picture from? It's a photograph, not a painting. That's a good hint. Tells you when it was or when it wasn't. And Caro knows it's World War I, of course, because they're in the trenches. Good job, Caro. It is World War I. World War II was an option, and I almost hit it. Whoops. World War I. All right. This is a event in the history of mankind. Can you tell me what happened when this photograph was taken? What just happened when this photograph was taken? Something very important to world history had just happened. What was it? We landed on the moon. Good job, Caro. This is NASA and the moon landing, and they're all celebrating, waving American flags. This guy's smoking. But yes, that is the moon landing. Good job, Caro. All right, another major event in world history. What is happening in this photograph? What is going on here? Why are these people celebrating? I should say there's war photos and then there's celebratory photos. What are these people celebrating? The fall of the Berlin Wall. Good job, Caro. That is when the Berlin Wall came down, which I just did my Berlin video where I talked all about it. All right, this is another war. This is another war. Make it really big so you can see the details. What war is happening here? Which war is this? Which war is this? Can you see the uniforms and the flags? That gives you a good hint. What war is this? What war is being fought here? It is not Crimea. Take a look at the flags again. Not Crimea. You can kind of see their uniform. Sorry, it's blurry. Not the Cuban War. Not Cuban War. Oh my gosh, sorry, I just hit the microphone with my headphones. Trying to get the shot for you. You can see these soldiers are wearing blue. These soldiers are wearing gray. They've got cannons. You can see the landscape here is very green. Lots of trees. And then if you look closely at the flags, you can tell what this flag is. But what is that flag? It is the Civil War. Good job, Stu. It's the American Civil War. The American Civil War. All right. Can you tell me what is important? Hold on, my stylus is falling off. And I need a scooch in. Why is this picture important? What is the importance of this photograph? Why is this picture so important to history? As you can see, it's a horse galloping, and they've taken many shots, like click, 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 of this horse jumping over a hurdle. The first animation, I'll take that. It is, I guess the first movie, yeah, the first film, the first moving picture, there we go. All right, what major world event is happening here? This is a very famous photograph in America depicting a certain time. That's your hint, it is American. During which world event was this photograph taken? You can see there's a mother here looking very concerned, and her little babies are at her side. It is the Great Depression. It was during the Great Depression. Half a point for that. But there was an event happening during the Great Depression in the central United States that caused this hardship. It was environmental. It was the Dust Bowl. Good job, Caro. This photo was taken during the Dust Bowl, which was when all of the topsoil in middle United States was eroded and was blowing up in these big storms. Yeah. Can you tell me what is happening in this photograph? What's happening in this photograph? Getting close, you can see these gentlemen dressed in a very specific way, and you can see what they're standing on. That'll give you some hints about what is happening here. What is going on in this photograph? You can see some military men and some men dressed very, very dapper. And you can see all these like men lined up here in uniform. And if you look close at the background, yep, it is the Japanese surrender of World War II. End of World War II. Yes. On the USS Missouri in Tokyo Bay, it says. That's the only one that gave me a little fact at the end. Oh my goodness. Okay. Yeah, okay. I'm pretty sure I know what this is. Pretty sure. It's definitely a European event, so you Europeans probably know what's happening here. I'm pretty sure I know what this is. We can see a very important person here signing a piece of paper, and everyone around him looks very stern. You can see a monk, you can see some knights, you can see this guy like presiding over it. What's happening here? This guy is holding a knife. Yeah, or something pointy behind him. What is happening in this photo, this drawing? What could he be doing? What is he signing right there? What do you think? I guess Stu isn't European, but Caro knows it's the Magna Carta. I'm pretty sure. Because one of the options says the Pope launching the Crusades, so I'm like, is it? But it's gotta be, yeah. King John signing the Magna Carta in 1215. The Mag. Alright. Can you tell me what has just happened when this photograph was taken? Can you tell me who this was? And what did he just accomplish? What happened here in this photograph? This very important person in history. And this is behind him, without giving it away. This very important craft that he operated. Who knows what it was? Who knows who this is? Her. You gotta tell me more. Can you see the name right there? What has just happened here? This guy just did something very important. The Spirit of St. Louis, yes, that's the name of this airplane. What did this airplane just do when this photograph was taken? What had just happened? What did the Spirit of St. Louis accomplish with this guy at the helm? You can tell me his name or what happened here. Fly across. What did it fly across? It's not circumnavigate, but across the Atlantic. Carl got it right behind Stu. And Veg knows it is Charles Lindbergh. Yes, he was the first person to fly across the Atlantic Ocean. Charles Lindbergh crossed the Atlantic Ocean in 1927. All right. What major world event is happening in this piece of art? Oops, you can't see anymore. Oh my god, I hit the back button. Oh, I hit the back button. Oh no, oh no. Oh no. I have to start it all over again. Hold on. American Revolution. World War I. Civil War. First movie. So we've got them all right. I don't want to mess it up. End of World War II. Magna Carta. Charles Lindbergh. Okay. Alright, let's try that again. What world event is happening in this painting? What major event is going on in this painting? You can see that this is in a very fancy city, judging by the background. All these people dressed in particular clothes, and there's some kind of structure in the middle here. What's happening here? What event was this in world history? It is the French Revolution. Good job, Stu. That is somebody getting guillotined during the French Revolution. All right. Do I know this? Okay, pretty sure I know this. All right. Yeah, it's gotta be. All right. This is a famous battle. A very famous battle. So don't tell me the war, tell me what battle this was. I'd say your best hint is look at the background and look at these men over here. Look at their hats. Because these hats are only worn in one certain country in particular. That gives you a hint for who these people are fighting against. And you can see right here, there's a nun. And she's like helping, she's like holding this man's hand while he's shooting a gun. What battle was this? A very famous battle to remember. A very famous battle to remember. Which battle was this? It's taking place at I guess it wasn't a church, it was more of a mission. It is the Alamo. Good job, Veg. That is the Alamo. Oh. What global event was going on when this drawing was made? What major world event was happening when this was made? It is, of course, the plague. More specifically, the Black Death, but I'll take the plague. Since the plague is, like, still around, you can still catch bubonic plague, but the Black Death, like Stu just said, is the exact instance. All right. Can you tell me what world event is happening in this photograph? During what world event was this photograph taken? You can see this guy here waving his hat, and there's a big crowd. It's, of course, the Russian Revolution. That's Vladimir Lenin. The Russian Revolution. Good job, Caro. All right. What world event is happening in this photograph? There is a picture of two men dumping a barrel of something into the sewer while this policeman and this, like, important, probably a politician, is watching on. What's happening here? What is going on in this photograph? It is the Prohibition. Good job, Stu, for getting it first. This was when the United States made alcohol illegal. Did not last, and we got 15 out of 15. Good job, team. All right, I am going to head out for the night. I've been on for an hour and a half, so thank you all so much for playing along with me. So this is a surprise live, which I do maybe like once or twice a month. So if you don't want to miss another, make sure you hit the little notification bell, probably around here or so, to notify whenever I decide to go live, because it's always going to be like at this time, which is like the middle of the night for me. So be sure to ring that bell so that you can play more in surprise lives. So I'll be doing just a regular live in my regular soft-spoken voice on February 13th. It'll be at 4 p.m. Pacific time, which is the Western United States. So whatever time that is for you, you have to calculate that yourself because I can't be bothered to figure out 23 other times around the world. So if you want to play a regular game of geography trivia, be sure to join me on the 13th, which is this coming Thursday. So I will see, or maybe Friday if you're at certain parts of the world. So thank you all. Have a good night or good rest of your day. Bye, everyone.